Hello everyone, and welcome to another video, and this video will be of Resident Evil 3. This is my Resident Evil 3 hardcore difficulty, S Rank Walkthorugh. I will be skipping cutscenes. Cutscenes does not have an effect on your overall time. I just didn't want to make the cutscenes happen in this run. I'll put them in another run so you can get the full game experience. But I'm pretty sure you already know the full game experience based on how many videos are out there. So if you want to watch the game with cutscenes, there will be other videos out there. Now, a couple things you must know when playing through hardcore difficulty. The game only gives you an hour and 45 minutes to complete it, as opposed to Resident Evil 2 Remake's 2.5 hours and 2 hours respectively between both A and B scenarios, depending if you play on Leon and Claire. This one's just an hour and 45 minutes, so you won't really have time to go around unlocking everything, finding all jewels, using lockpick on all locations. You only need the key items you need to get past through the entire game. So weapons, magnum, grenade launcher, shotgun, and pistol will be your main 4 weapons. I wouldn't even say the magnum, really. The magnum is really used towards the end of the game, so it really doesn't count. The weapon you want to use the most is your grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is by far the powerfulest weapon in this game, the most powerful in this game. It's very good against Nemesis, and that's really who you're going to be using the grenade launcher against, which is Nemesis. You use them against the fish enemies in the sewers as well, but you want to use the flame rounds. Other than that, the flame rounds are useless, really. They do some damage to Nemesis, but not a whole lot. You also have 5 saves throughout the entire playthrough. That's what I will be doing through this entire playthrough, because I am not that comfortable
this all happened so fast.
You're going through this game without saving the game. I believe you need to save this game in order to get through it, because you will die on hardcore difficulty based on the routes, the different animations, the different things the enemies will do in this game. I guess it fluctuates by how good you're doing, how bad you're doing. Don't know, but zombies, nemesis, hunters, dogs, you name it, they all act differently once you reach a certain part of the game and how far you get without taking damage in the game. So that plays a vital part, so you must save the game. Now, a couple things they have changed in Resident Evil 3, more pertaining to the enemies, like the zombies and whatnot. You can no longer stun the enemies as quickly as you could on Resident Evil 2 Remake. So, as an example, like if I'm shooting a zombie in the knee or I shoot him in the head, it takes a massive amount of bullets just to get them to stagger. So if I'm targeting the knee, it'll take sometimes 10 bullets, damn near the whole clip. Sometimes you get it 2, so it's very random. Same with the headshots. You can shoot a zombie twice and get a critical shot, or you can shoot them like 7 or 8 times just to stagger them. So it's very, very random. Things you have taken into account for when going against zombies. Now we're going to encounter some zombies up here. You don't have to shoot the zombie up here once it comes out the elevator. All you have to do is move clockwise, move to the left. So as soon as you start, move straight to the left. You can get past them without wasting any ammo, and press the elevator button. Now we're going to encounter Nemesis once again.
Come on, start, damn it! It's my turn, bitch!
I like what they did with Nemesis in the remake version. Pretty good. He's very aggressive, and they showed off some different sets of skills that Nemesis has. So different weapons, how aggressive he is, and he never stops. He's always on your tail, no matter what. So he plays a very big role in this game.
Nothing. I've never seen anything like it.
But a couple things I don't like is how
Don't you like that in a man?
this is for Jill, but
No thanks.
when
He's all yours.
you playing as Jill or Carlos for that matter, when you facing zombies or Nemesis or whatever, I hate how if you get knocked down, Jill cannot dodge out of the way once she gets knocked to the ground. If it's Nemesis hitting her or she gets hit by something else.
You coming?
I wish they would have changed that. I wish they wouldn't have put that in the game, because it's sometimes unfair where they can continue chaining hits and you be in the middle of getting up and you can't dodge, which is very bad in this game. You can't dodge when you're reloading, which is very stupid in my opinion. So it's times to, like, when I'm fighting Nemesis where he attacks, I dodge, but if I shoot him and I'm down to 0 bullets, I reload. I can't dodge while I'm reloading. That goes for the same when you fighting zombies or whatever. It's just real stupid in my opinion. If you put the demo, you are familiar with this area. We're just gonna collect everything up here, and once I get straight ahead by the inventory box, you will see that 2 icons pop up. Those are 2 hip pouches that I can grab, but I'm not going to be grabbing those specifically because you will not start out with those. You have to complete the game a couple times, and you have to be able to buy those items from the store at the main menu. For this guy, do not quick step him. That is my advice to you. Always go around, because I've tried to quick step him and it never works. So I just gave up trying and just go around him. Going around him, I believe, is the best strategy. Even though he'll be there once you have to come back through there. But all you have to do is kneecap him and you'll be fine. Now, as far as these guys go right here, you want to take these guys out early, because if you don't take them out, they will make you pay for it later on once you use the fire hose and have to come back and forth between this area and to turn on the power for the train. So get rid of those guys so you don't have to worry about them later. Once you grab the fire hose and put the fire out, most of these enemies despawn. The ones in front of the donut shop that we just passed, they do not despawn. They stay there the entire game. But most of these enemies out here you see will despawn. But since they all are crowding this area, we're going to get rid of them with a red barrel and just despawn them our own way. Now, earlier I mentioned the store. You get points completing the game each time. You get massive amounts of points if you complete it on S rank, or if you complete it without saving, I would assume. But I never complete this game without saving, so I wouldn't know. But if you complete this game and get an S rank, you can get valuable things from the store. You can get a new knife. It's called it's like a flaming dagger or some shit. Like, if you cut an enemy with the knife, they set them on fire. You get an infinite handgun, infinite rocket launcher, infinite machine gun. You get a costume for Jill. You get assault coins and inventory boxes. Not inventory boxes, but the hip pouches and a lockpick. You get a couple things. You get the original upgrader that you use to use for the gunpowders. You get that item. You get stars menu. You get a whole bunch of stuff that you can get from the store, and you can use those while you play in game. I've used a couple of those items, especially those hip pouches. Those come in very handy when you plan throughout this game. It will come very handy once you play on higher difficulties, higher than hardcore. So I recommend, once you complete the game, buy those hip pouches. They will save you. They will make you have a lot of inventory spaces, so you don't have to keep going back and forth, and result saving you time to get more items. Now we have acquired the bolt cutters. The bolt cutter has 4 uses, and then you can discard it. You can use it in a convenience store. You can use it on this door here. You can use it to grab the shotgun, and you can also use it to get more shotgun shells, a grenade, and some handgun rounds in that side alley right there across from the donut shop in the back. So we will be doing that. You don't have to do that if you speed running. You will not do this at all. You will just go get the shotgun, and you can craft your own ammo to save you time, because it is very time sensitive. So you barely have too much to do. So you can't be going back and forth looking and searching for this item and see how many uses you got in this item. You can't do that when you on time sensitive and looking for an S rank on hardcore difficulty. I think is the hardest to get because the time they give you is very, very minimal. I'm just going to be going around clearing this whole area out so I don't have to do none of this later. I mean, it's really up to you. You don't have to follow this way. You can go straight to the objective by just grabbing a shotgun and heading back toward the train station and investigating that noise behind the red door to save you time. But I'm going to do this way because I can use the resources, the high-grade gunpowders, to make more shotgun shells or even magnum rounds if I need them. So that's just what I do, and I'm going to be grabbing the red dot sight out of the safe up there, and the combination to that safe up there is different from what it was in the demo. In the demo version, it was 918. In the official game on hardcore difficulty, from my knowledge, it has always been 937. They just changed the second and third number. I don't know why, but they did. So take the shotgun. We're going to equip the shotgun immediately because once we leave this area, the zombie will spawn. And then we're just going to shotgun him and then get out the way. Since the zombies are blocking my way to up the steps, I am going to take the alternate route. I'm going to grab the red dot sight out of the safe. But keep in mind that the zombie that's in here laying on the ground, when you come in here the first time, if you come in here the first time, you have to get rid of him with the shotgun. And then grab the red dot sight. Because if you don't, he will grab you and bite you. And we don't want that. So we're going to grab the red dot sight and we're going to grab some gunpowder, and then we're going to head out. And then take the alternate route back to the fire hose, which is down the ladder by the other 2 zombies. And we don't have to encounter those other zombies on the right. So to get these 2 zombies out the way quickly, you want to shoot this guy on the floor to wake him up, and then shoot the red barrel once you see the guy raise up, and it takes both of them out. Now we're going to head to the convenience store and get rid of the bolt cutters because we don't need it taking up space in our inventory, and it's on its final use anyway, so it serves no purpose after this. And inside the convenience store would be a jewel box, or fancy box as they call it, to where you examine it and there will be a jewel inside of it. We're going to grab the high-grade gunpowder to make more shotgun shells. The shotgun shells will be your best friend in this playthrough. I'm going to grab this first aid spray as well. And what the hell, we'll take the fancy box and put it in the inventory box because we're going to be using the jewel that's inside of it. And now we're going to make our way to investigate the noise behind the red door. But first we got to go put some items up. We don't need the handgun anyway because we're going to be encountering the drain demos. Only thing I really use against those enemies are the shotgun, but just in case you run out of ammo with the shotgun, always keep your handgun on your side. Now outside of here, we're going to encounter the worst enemy in Resident Evil game history, the dogs. So just wait for the first dog to run past the electric box and then shock both of them and then just run past both of them. You can dodge them here if your timing is on point, but I recommend just shooting the electric box because if you dodge them, they just don't chase right back after you. Once we get in here, don't worry about the zombie on the left. I always go up the steps and shoot this zombie with a shotgun because I don't want him to grab me. And I cannot afford to take damage at this point because you're going to take damage against the drain demos unless you know their routes. And to know their routes, you have to keep playing this section repetition. So this is why I always make this section my first save, because you can get to this section up to taking no damage, but this is the section where I struggle, and then once I start to take damage against the drain demos, based on the fact because you inside the little nest area and it's more than one drain demo throughout the entire section, and it's pretty dark, and you gotta like keep looking around and make sure you know where they're coming from. So you always gotta move your camera around. Don't worry, just follow the steps and you will be able to find the pathways to go. But always make sure you're moving your camera around so you can see where the drain demos are coming from. Sometimes they'll attack you coming around the corner, like they'll be waiting for you to pass and then they attack you. Sometimes they'll crawl on the ceiling and attack you. Sometimes they'll crawl on the floor or on the side of the wall and attack you. So you have to keep your head on the swivel, and they deal massive amounts of damage on hardcore difficulty. Now since we got infected, we're going to just use the herb just to clear the infection. You want to equip your handgun here and shoot this electric box on the left to destroy that drain demos there. I kind of botched that one, but it's all good. We're going to go to the left and start the first machine. Always keep your eyes open for the drain demos. They be crawling on top of the ceiling or the nest, and they'll come out of these holes. So I'm waiting for this one to spawn, and then as soon as they spawn, I'm going to shoot and then make my way. So you always want to keep your eyes open. And always check before you start a machine, because they'll spawn once you start the machine, just so they can get an upper hand on you, and you cannot dodge out of those animations. We're gonna go right here and turn to the left and start the next machine. And then we're gonna go through that door and climb up the ladder to make our way to the fourth and last machine. Sometimes the drain demo can spawn behind you after you hit that machine, so always make sure to check behind you and up to the ceiling. And you want to always bring, I always bring health items because I always get hit no matter what. I can get through this area without taking damage, but it's very difficult because I don't know all the areas they come from. So I just do a little trial and error method. And we're gonna hit the fourth machine, and then we're gonna take two straight, and then we're gonna just get up out of here. You can always destroy those two with one shotgun round. We're gonna bust the left here and go straight down. And sometimes, man, I think the game they be doing that shit on purpose. Like when you get past it, like past a certain section, without taking damage, they'll do their best to make you take damage. I don't know, man. I guess that's just something that the game automatically does. But that's the drain demo section done and over with. Now we're going to encounter Nemesis. during this encounter, you don't have to fight him, just run away from him. And if he gets too close, just shoot the electric bots right here on the right. I always shoot it no matter what, because you got to deal with zombies up ahead. And if you're not comfortable dodging the zombie, shoot it with the shotgun. But while you do that, Nemesis will be on your heels when you try to get through this door. So you got to be careful. And as you can see, my attempt didn't work out so well. I got grabbed by the zombie and I got hit by Nemesis. So you gotta be careful. Try to kneecap the zombie, because it's always bullshit in these games, as always. And I was quite pissed off that I had to use a first aid spray after using my first 2 to 3 health items against the drain demos. But it's Resident Evil, so what are you gonna do about it? Right now we're on our way to activate the train so we can get the route complete, so we can get out of here. And there's going to be a little bit of a code you have to figure out in order to get the train operative. Now when doing this train section, you have to figure out a common route that you can get the train to go to where you can escape. Now when you complete this, all you want to do, you want to make sure you write this down so you don't ever forget it, in case if you're doing like a speed run or some sort of thing like that. So the first thing you want to do, since it's already at the top, you want to go FA, RA, SA, and FO. Then you want to put the SO 02 and then RA 03 and then FA 02, and that will get your valid route for the train. And it's better than to spend your time trying to figure it out and then mess it up and then look at the map to figure out which routes go where. So just make sure to write this down, pause the video, take a picture of it, whatever, so you can always have it on you, just in case you don't know it by heart, and it'll be a little quicker for you. So we're going to encounter some new zombies. Well, not really new. They just the Nemesis affected zombies. Just stun them with your shotgun every time you see them. Don't try to take them out until you get towards the end of the game into the laboratory section. But they essentially attack you with the Nemesis whip that come out of their head, and it has a fair bit of range, so you got to be careful and make sure you keep your distance away from them. That's why it's best to always shotgun those guys and stun them and just run past them. When shooting this electric bot, you want to try to get the Nemesis and the Nemesis affected zombie at the same time, because it won't end too well if you just get Nemesis by itself, because that zombie will always cop block you by hitting you with the whip, and then that gives Nemesis more time to catch up to you and then do his thing. So you gotta make sure to take out both of those guys, at least stun them for a while until you can get up here. We won't be doing nothing but just running away. We're going to counter the zombies from earlier, but we're just going to shotgun them and kneecap them just to get them out of our way. And this was a very hairy situation. That attack that Nemesis does is very, very cheap. I hate that attack because he does it way too often, and the stun of that attack just fucking annoys me. It gives him always a free hit, and then I wound up getting bit by another zombie. So I was pretty pissed off at this time. And Nemesis is very aggressive. Like, literally. I've had times to where he jumps down right here and try to attack me, which is rare, but I got him like twice, which is ridiculous to me. We're We're going to examine both fancy boxes and get the jewels that's in both of them. Each jewel has an item that you can collect. It doesn't matter which one you put in, the grenade will always spawn first. So whether it's the blue gem or the red gem, it'll be the grenade first, and then the attachment for the shotgun will be next. I haven't got the green gem, so I'm going to be focusing on that and finding that, or trying to find it and see what item pops out after that. But that's how we're going to be taking, because we're going to get ready to fight Nemesis once again. But we're not going to fight him, we're just going to buy time for Carlos and them to get towards the train. Now with this fight with Nemesis, he's going to be very aggressive as soon as you grab this first aid spray. He always hits you no matter what, so be careful, man. What you want to do is back all the way up and hit him with this electric butts here, so it can give you time to break down the vent so you can escape. You're only going to have time to do it twice, because after the second time, Nemesis is going to be rushing you. So you want to hit this gate twice. Do not try to do it a third time, because if you do it a third time, Nemesis will be there and you will take damage. So you want to, after the second time, wait for Nemesis, move all the way around, grab this pistol ammunition, and shoot these red barrels. Doing that will make Nemesis drop an item. It usually be a suppressor or shotgun shells, and you use that. You can put that on your handgun, or if it's shotgun shells, you obviously know what to do, combine it with your other shotgun shells. But yeah, that's how you defeat Nemesis there. Every time you hit Nemesis with an explosion via a grenade or red barrel, he drops an item, and he can drop attachments for your weapon. So if you want more attachments or more items, make sure to do that against Nemesis.
Oh, I need to find another way out.
Now we're in the sewer section. We're going to encounter a couple of gammas. Those are different hunter variants. Only weapons we're going to need is the shotgun, and we're going on our way to get the grenade launcher. So we're going to put the handgun up. We're going to put this red herb up, and the lock pit should be put up at this point. But if you got inventory slots, you can take them, but it's up to you. The things that do damage to the gammas are grenades, shotguns. I never used a magnum on it because I never had a magnum to this point, and the grenade launcher. So if you were to throw a grenade once and shoot them like 2 or 3 times with the shotgun in the mouth, which is their weak point, you will kill them. You're going to see me do use the grenade launcher flame round just to get past a couple of them and not even fight them, because you don't need to once you grab the grenade launcher. So when he does that, they are defeated. And you're going to encounter probably about four of the gammas down here. I didn't know what the hell they was when I first played this shit. I'm like, damn, they put a new enemy in the game. But I just recently found out they are hunter gammas. I don't remember them looking like that in the original game. But now, since we have the save bots, we're going to put all this stuff up, and we don't need the lock pit, the handgun, the red herb, the handgun rounds. We're not going to need that. But we might carry the lock pick just because there's a locker that we can use the lock pick on to get I think first aid spray or some gunpowder, if I'm not too sure, or maybe some explosive ammo for the grenade launcher, some explosive gunpowder. So that's what we're going to be taking, and you're going to see me use the grenade and the shotgun and grenade launcher on the hunter gammas. Now we're gonna go in this room and get everything out of here. In this locker would be some explosive A gunpowder. I want to know if they have freeze rounds on the game, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna try to test that out to see what I can combine to make freeze rounds, but I don't know if they have them on here. So we're gonna take the battery pack, and we're gonna be using this battery pack to open the doors down here in the sewers. At this point, you don't need your shotgun for the next two hunter gammas. You just want to hit them with the flame rounds and just run past them. You won't need the shotgun until we get up on the second level of the sewers to go get the hip pouch. And don't worry about them hitting you. You'll be perfectly fine. This is what I'll do for these next two. You want to spawn this guy, you want to back up, and then hit him with a grenade launcher, and run past him. And now we're on our way to the second floor of the sewers. Once we get up here, there'll be another hunter gamma up here. We're just going to kill this one out with a grenade launcher and a shotgun. So what I have to do for the hunter gamma that's up here is I'm gonna hit him with the flamethrower as soon as he opens his mouth. Then I'm gonna unlock the door, grab the battery pack, and put it in the door that's behind the hunter gamma over on the left. Like I'm gonna bait him into opening the door. They open the door of that room with their mouth. So that gives you a free opportunity to shoot him and kill him. And since I've done damage with a grenade launcher, it's only going to take one shotgun round to put him out. And there we go. That's all the hunter gammas taken care of. And we're going to wait to grab the battery pack and get out of here. And that is it for the sewer section, guys. But there's one more thing we have to do. Can you guess what it is? Yep, another encounter with Nemesis. And this time, he has a flamethrower. Watch out for this zombie here. He can cop block you from getting here. As you can see, he didn't move there, but sometimes I've had a bunch of times to where he'll lunge at me and then grab and bite me. It rarely happens, but when it do, it can be so annoying. So just watch out for him. If you want to go through that route safe, shotgun him. Like you will see me shotgun this zombie that'll be blocking the steps upstairs.
I gotta get out. Quick.
Now, you can defeat Nemesis on the rooftop of this building very quickly with the flamethrower. All you have to do is be the aggressor. Explosive grenades from the grenade launcher does the most damage, like I told you earlier. You also have the electronic bots at your disposal, but you only get 2 uses out of it. So I like to use one for the first phase if I ever get stuck. And I like to use the second one for the second phase when he's very aggressive. But as long as you be the aggressive, you are demolish Nemesis. I can beat him. Sometimes I beat him in like in a minute. Sometimes I beat him in like a minute and 30. Sometimes I beat him in like 2 minutes. I like to make my second save here, by the way, so make sure you do the same. But like I was saying, like you can beat him very quickly. All you need is your grenade launcher, your shotgun, and your pistol. As long as you do that, you perfectly fine. You want to get all the loot up here, because if you don't get all the loot upstairs when fighting Nemesis, you won't have it for the rest of the game, which is obvious. There's going to be some, it's going to be 2 sets of explosive rounds up here, a green herb, a red herb, some pistol ammunition, and some shotgun shells. So you want to go around gathering all that stuff.
Alright, let's do this.
When I mean be aggressive, be aggressive. Use your shotgun on Nemesis. You can do massive amounts of damage against him. Especially when he does that attack. I like to take my time gathering all this stuff around here. I like to wait for him not to be so aggressive to start collecting everything up here. So wait for the right time to start collecting stuff. Don't just come out the gate collecting stuff, because he will be on your heels at all times. Now you have entered into the second phase of the fight, where Nemesis will be way more aggressive. He will be on your heels at all times. So you gotta be careful and watch that attack there. All you want to do when he does that attack is go clockwise, opposite the way he's going. And just make sure you have something between you and him.
Carlos? It's Jill. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. You all right?
You can gather everything in here. It'll be some gunpowder or grenade launcher powder, some handgun rounds. You obviously gonna need Kendall's gate key for the gate outside. It's going to be an attachment for the shotgun as well. You can grab all this stuff and put it inside the inventory box. You also want to carry a lockpick, because once you go inside this house, there will be a box up there you can use your lockpick on that will contain some explosive rounds for the grenade launcher. And I recommend you getting them, because you can never have too many explosive grenade launcher rounds. As for the Nemesis zombies, I always shotgun them just to stun them. This one, you can shotgun and run past. But at this point, I thought I had the lockpick, but at this moment, I realized I didn't have it. So I just ran out the door. And now we're going to deal with Nemesis in the rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher?
Now you want to bait his attacks. You will know when he shoots it, because you will hear the rocket. It'll be a little bit delayed, so that gives you enough time to dodge it. Just move left and right, and you will be able to dodge the rocket launcher. Don't try to dodge it like that. Don't try to quick step the rocket. That's not a good idea. Just move left and right and you'll be good. Now, once we get halfway up the steps, Nemesis shoots the Mr. Charlie bobblehead. Well, not bobblehead, just head off the toy uncle shop, and it rolls towards it. So just make sure to go to the alternate route. You don't want to go straight, which is obvious, okay? Because if you do, you will die. So be careful there. Once you get past that, Nemesis will spawn and try to shoot you with the rocket launcher. And you know what to do there. I'll just take that time to grab those handgun rounds out that police car that the zombie jumped out of earlier that I couldn't get to because Nemesis was on me and a bunch of zombies were on me as well. And that is damn near the end of Jill's first section. And then we're going to go into our section playing with Carlos once we get to the train.
Carlos, I know we didn't get off to a great start, but thanks for the save.
Hey, you saved my ass first. You're a hell of a lot braver than me.
Well, what matters is that we can get everyone out of the city now.
Yeah. Hey, you'll be safe.
What about you?
From the sound of it, I won't be catching the train.
Why not?
No, there'll be new orders. If it means I can help save the city, it's fine by me.
All right, keep your head screwed on, Romeo.
Okay, so now we take control of Carlos, and we're going to first encounter Brad, which he take a lot of ammo to take down. So just use the machine gun, and then finish him off with the handgun. He will drop his ID card, which allows you to have access to these ID card boxes. One will contain an attachment for Carlos's assault rifle, and the other one will attain like 2 assault rifle ammo. So that's all you be getting throughout this playthrough. Just going through the RPD station and seeing any information you can dig up on what's going on.
We got a job to do. If our intel's still worth a damn, then Bard's in the STAR's office. Let's find him and take him into custody.
Custody? I thought this was a rescue.
Carlos, take a look at this. I've located the STAR's office. Remember, Bard had access to Umbrella's darkest secrets. He knows we'll try to keep him under our thumbs.
So this search and rescue mission is really more like find and detain. Right. Good to know.
I'll open the shutter so you can get through.
You stay here and find out what's been going on here at the station.
Call you if I find anything. Hey! Be careful.
Yeah. You too, man.
Carlos's session is where I decided to make my third save. I do this because you like damn near at the halfway point when you play with Carlos, and I like to make that third save just to know, like after the Carlos section,
What the hell was that thing?
I'm cool. If I die, I'll just restart from here. But for the Carlos section, all you really do is just go machine gun crazy for the most part. Usually you gotta grab the key to get inside the locker room, order to get the battery for the detonator charger, to blow up the wall and get to the STAR's office. Once you do that, you're finished with Carlos's section. For that zombie, just run around him. I've had a part where I got stuck between a door and a zombie, and then a zombie grabbed me. So yeah, you don't want to do that. Just make sure you go on the outside just a little bit. And for this section, you definitely want to put every zombie in this room down with the machine gun. No matter if you get past it or not, if you come back down here, because you don't have to come back down here to get the door open anyway, these zombies will be down here along with the liquor, and you don't want that to happen. So the best thing for you to do is to make sure you take all these zombies out with the machine gun. And take this guy in the back, because once you come back down here, or if he was to go in the room where the safe is, he would be on the door, and you don't want that neither. So to sum everything up, take every zombie down that's down here. Every zombie in the RPD station you have to double tap. Double tap meaning once you get them down on the ground, make sure they're dead by shooting them again on the floor, or else you would get the zombies. The zombies will come back and then bite you on the way past them, like if you're going past them or anything. So make sure to double tap the zombies. That goes for every zombie in the RPD station. The code here would be the same, which is 9157, and the same item would be in here as well, which is the hip pouch for more inventory slots. And like I said earlier, if you went to the store and bought the hip pouches, Carlos also has hip pouches that you can buy and use. They would be right there in the RPD station where you find out you gotta go to the STARS office by the statue where you save it. But I don't grab those because you would not have those on your very first playthrough. Every code in the RPD station is the same. The locker code would be DCM, which is on the 3rd floor. That will contain some assault rifle ammo. The code inside the 2nd floor locker room would be CAP, and that will contain a flare grenade, which you would need to use on the zombies on the 2nd floor. So you can just grab the key and move back, but I like to grab the key, shoot this box, see what item comes out, and do the locker here, and get the code and get the assault rifle ammo. It don't really waste time. I just like doing that just to have insurance on ammo. You don't have to do it, it's up to you. Once we get down here, take care of the zombies that we didn't take care of or double tap earlier, and we'll encounter a liquor here. As long as you walk, you're good. You know the routine going against liquors. You can make this liquor very ineffective throughout this entire section as Carlos. He doesn't really bother you as long as you walk. The codes would be 104, 106, and 109 respectively. They will contain a battery, the grenade, and an assault rifle ammunition. That's all you need out of this area. You really just need the battery, then you can leave. But it'll be a zombie in here, so don't be too quick to turn around after you grab that battery and leave, depending on the side he's on. So when he's on this side, just go around him and leave. No need to waste ammo on that one zombie. If you just directly run out of here, the liquor will spawn and hit you. So wait till you get down the hall just to run, and then you're done with Carlos' section. All you gotta do is go to the STARS room. You're gonna have some zombies up here, but all you're gonna do is hit them with a grenade and then use your machine gun for the most part. And make sure to double tap them because they all do not die. They can get blown up by a grenade but still not die. So you gotta be careful of that. And once we get past that, that'll be it. We gotta counter the liquor one more time, but all you gotta do is bait him into coming towards you and then walk around him. So there's really nothing for me to explain here.
One at a time, take a number. It sucks to be popular. This asshole again.
This'll take some time. Look around, see if you can find anything useful.
I just run to piss that liquor off. Don't do that, man, because you can get hit, so don't try it. But anyway, man, that's it for Carlos. We're just gonna go around this office area and collect all the stuff that we can. And then we're gonna go back to playing this Jill.
Am I the only one who made it?
And now we control back Jill, and with Jill we're gonna face Nemesis yet again, but this time this is Nemesis Type 2, so he has evolved into something else different. We're going to be using our grenade launcher for the most point, shotgun, and our handgun. And the key things to focus on this fight is you must be aggressive against Nemesis at all times. Know how to counter his attacks. And he'll be doing things a little bit different. So his Type 2 variant, what he does is once you damage him enough, he'll run away and he'll run around the area, circle around the area, jump on top of cars. And what I do is I use the mine throwers to stop him from jumping, and then the mine throwers would explode him back to me, and then I would use my shotgun on his little parasite that pops out of his chest once you damage him. That's what you have to do anyway to slow him down. Or you can just wait for him to climb the top of the clock tower and then jump off and dodge him that way. But the quickest way is to stop his momentum by using the mine rounds and blow him towards you. You will see what I mean once we get to the fight. But we're going to make sure we load it up with everything. Start out with our explosive rounds, make sure we all healed up, and get ready to face Nemesis. So here we go. So automatically start by shooting Nemesis with the explosive rounds. There are going to be items around that whole entire area. You just have to make Nemesis hit some of these cars in order to open the doors where the items are hidden. So the van behind me and the police car behind me respectively both have mine rounds inside of them. And you have to be close to them and let Nemesis hit those cars by dodging out of the way of his attack. And then you will get those mine rounds that you will need against Nemesis in both of the fights. This one and the one later on in the game. But just as long as you be aggressive and use your grenade launcher, you should be cool. The grenade launcher, your handgun, and your shotgun will do the most damage to him. And as long as you do that, keep your distance and be aggressive and know when he attacks, you'll be good. When Nemesis starts to roar like that, that means you damaged him enough to the point to where he started to run on top of the cars. And this is what I mean when I say you shoot your mine thrower to stop his positioning and stop his momentum from running, like so. And then you use your explosive rounds with your grenade launcher or your shotgun to get rid of the parasite. And that's how you defeat Nemesis for the rest of the game, pretty much. Another thing that's bad when facing Nemesis when he's in his Type 2 variant is the camera in both of the fights. As you can see, the camera always stays up close when you face a Nemesis and it bads back at a certain point. You gotta be careful of that, man. Just try to keep your eyes on Nemesis when it does that, and he'll swing almost every time, so dodge accordingly. If you do that, you'll be good, man. Just keep your eyes open for the camera.
I need to stop it in its tracks.
One more mine round and another shot to the parasite should do Nemesis in. And there it goes.
Come on, you're gonna crap out on me now? God damn it.
Okay. I promise.
So when we start with Carlos for the second time, this is where I make my fourth save. And we are in the hospital area. So through the hospital area, all you want to do is, it's really clear and cut. Just find a vaccine for Jill. Here, I just stun the zombie so I can go straight through the door. I'll take care of the zombies when I come back through this area after I get the vaccine. So we gonna take a direct course. So we gonna go through this door here, stun. We gonna grab the tape recorder, and we gotta find a cassette player or a cassette tape and put it inside the tape recorder. So we're gonna go through this door, stun the first zombie on the left, and then leave on the left. When you come back through this area, when you come back through this area as Jill, you don't have to worry about the zombies, because the hunter will spawn in that area as Jill. The hunter won't do nothing to Jill though. You can just run right past him. You don't have to kill that zombie as well. You will just knock him down with Jill. Most of the enemies in this area, you just don't run past them. You don't really have to take care of them. You don't even have to take care of none of the lickers. I mean, not lickers, but the hunters. So jump down the window, grab the tactical grip, combine it, and grab the keys on the floor so you can go back upstairs and open up the closet where you find the ID key card in order to get access to find the cassette tape and put it inside the tape recorder. Once you grab the key and go upstairs, you will spawn the hunters. Once you open the door to go get the cassette with the ID card. And like I said, you don't have to take care of no hunters while playing as Carlos. And that is a bunch of positives. It saves you time, saves you ammo, and you don't have to worry about taking hunters out until you get to the siege part with Carlos, where you have to defend until you can stop the zombies from coming in. So through these lockers will be ID card and a flash grenade. And once we exit this room, we'll start to spawn the hunters. This first hunter in particular, you can run past him, but make sure you dodge, like do the quick step through the door so he can't hit you. We're gonna head straight, and there will be a safe in this room here. The combination to this safe is 9 and 3, so you want to go clockwise to 9 and then counterclockwise to 3, which opens the safe. It's only a 2 code safe. It's not a 3 code. And that gives you the high capacity mag, which makes you able to hold 64 bullets in your gun. But we don't need that at all. So here in this room, I normally flashbang these zombies, but just take them out. I think taking them out is the most effective strat. Get flashbanging. 1, it saves you a flashbang, and 2, you don't have to deal with it once you come back out of this area after dealing with the hunters. So make sure you unlock this door here, and we want to go with the cassette player, which is in a room right here with these 2 hunters. So you want to flashbang them, and when they get stunned, they'll start swinging. So you want to be able to dodge and hit them to knock them out of that so they don't hit you. And the majority of the time, these 2 hunters just run around the room and jump on the bed and shit. They barely hit you, and you can just run past them. If they do hit you, I always carry a health item in order to heal yourself. And man, really, that's this section completed. You don't have to come back to this area unless you're playing with Jill to get the Magnum, and that's the route we're going to be doing. We're going to go back to this area as Jill and grab the Magnum. You're going to want to have to do this because once you get past these zombies, those zombies breaking on the window, well, knocking on the window, will bust through the windows over there. I want you guys to check out the bullshit of Resident Evil. Pay attention. Look. He grabs me, and then she grabs me. That shit annoys the fuck out of me. It really does. But that comes with Resident Evil, as we all know. That's why I can't... I don't have the patience for no damage run in none of these games, honestly. But you know, come in here, grab the grenades and handgun ammo and machine gun ammo, and wait for the zombies to break in. I would normally flash these zombies, but I'm gonna try to do damage and then I'll flash them. I won't throw a hand grenade. That's what I normally do. I normally flash and then I'll throw a hand grenade, but I'm not gonna waste the hand grenade on them because I'm gonna need it for the siege portion with Carlos. So I'm just gonna take a couple of them out. And then I won't have to worry about them because they won't be in this area once Jill come back through her anyway. And that's really it for Carlos, man. We'll put the tape player in. and get the doctor's voice on there so we can go get the vaccine for Jill, and then play through the siege area. We'll be back playing as Jill.
Bard. Tyrell. Is it here? All right, Joe. Hang tight.
Now that we're back in this area, we're going to take care of all the zombies and clear the way for Jill when she comes back through here, because Carlos has the means of taking out all these zombies with the machine gun as opposed to Jill just having a handgun and a shotgun. So we're going to help Jill out a little bit by clearing out all these zombies and making the route easier to the Magnum.
Gonna be okay, Joe. Better grab some gear. Sounds like there's a lot of them out there.
Now we're going to be doing the siege portion of the gameplay with Carlos. And there's really nothing I can tell you here. Just stop the zombies as they come in. It's really pretty much just holding the zombies off. You got electric boxes to your use on the middle and the left, and there's 3 windows with 4 windows you have to take care of. The front, 2 in the front, the 1 on the side, and the 1 on the opposite from the 1 on the side. And eventually you're gonna have a hunter come in and try to take you out as well. The things you can do by getting rid of the hunter, you can flashbang him, or you can use the electric box over there and frag grenade him. I don't shoot him with none of my ammo. Whenever there's a hunter, I flash him or I use my frag grenades on him. I normally try to get him looped up with the other zombies and then shock him and then frag him that way. But if not, use a flare. I mean, not a flare, but use a flash. And just use a frag grenade. And that's pretty much it for this area. You want to get the Nemesis infected zombies, regular zombies, and hunters. But you will have enough ammo with the boxes in front of you and the box on the right, and the box with the door right here behind me on the right, which will have a couple flash grenades and frag grenades. So you have the means in order to withstand this battle, so you should be pretty cool. When the lights go out, this will spawn the hunter, so get ready, flash him, and then hit him with a frag grenade, and that's the hunter down. You're only gonna have to deal with 2, so that's the only thing you need to do for hunters. Flash him and hit him with a frag. Now it's time to finish up this game with Jill. So the only thing we're going to need right now, for real, we're going to take our shotgun. You should take a lock pick because you're going to need it to open the door that we have to go through. So you need your lock pick. And make sure you have an inventory space that's empty before you can get the Magnum.
Right. I'm not talking you out of this. The storage facility is underground. Beneath this hospital. Not long
So we're gonna follow the same exact route that we did as Carlos, but when we get upstairs, we're gonna be able to squeeze through a little hole that Carlos could not fit through upstairs, and we will counter a hunter. But with G, all you gotta do is quick step him, and then you can get past him that way. As I said, going through here, the zombies won't be here because Carlos got rid of them, and the hunter will spawn. Just run past them. Don't need to bother with them at all. But once we get up here, there will be another hunter. All we're going to do is we're going to go straight into the left. First, we're going to knock out this guy with the shotgun, get him out of our way. Now, as soon as we hit these double doors, a hunter will spawn and try to rush our position. So we're going to quick step him and then go to the left.
I think I can squeeze by.
And that's all we need to do as Jill back here. If you want, you can lock pitch stuff, but I don't recommend it on hardcore difficulty because of the time limit. Remember that, hour and 45 minutes. So you're gonna jump out the window that Carlos can get through, open this case, and there's the Magnum.
Guaranteed to give you a headache.
I'm pretty sure there's upgrades for the Magnum, I just don't know where to find them. My guess would be like a locker or somewhere where you have to lock pitch something, because there's no more puzzles up to this point. Or maybe you have to down Nemesis a certain amount of times in order for him to drop one out of a box. I don't know. But I know it's an upgrade for the Magnum. I just have to find it. And we're done for the hospital portion. Gonna be another hunter here. Just quick step him. And we're out of here.
Must be the way underground. How is it no one in the hospital?
And we're pretty much will be going home at this point. We only have 2 more Nemesis encounters, and then that's the game really. And by going through the route that I did in this video, you should be literally at this point where I'm at, or if you took a faster approach, you should be ahead of schedule. But this portion of the gameplay, we're going to be dealing with the pale head zombies, which if you haven't played Resident Evil 2, pale head zombies or a different variant of the zombies. They're faster and they can regenerate health. So like the regenerators from Resident Evil 4. But the biggest difference is the regenerators from Resident Evil 4 wasn't that fast. These zombies are very fast. And to put those zombies down, you need the Magnum. That's why I believe it's absolute crucial. It's very crucial to have the Magnum during this point. It's hard to get headshots, but when you can on these pale head zombies, it's very satisfying.
This is over.
So we had to grab 3 fuses, and there's a trophy / achievement for grabbing 3 fuses in under 5 minutes. So you want to take the route that I take here in order to get that trophy. So the route that I take is, this will be the first one always. So we're going to take the route to where we're going to get past these dogs. Don't worry about the dogs. Once you get past a certain point, they stop attacking you. So you dodge the first one and get past the second one to get to this animation here. Once you get to this animation here, they don't touch you. Get your shotgun ready because there'll be a zombie there. Shotgun him and get through the opening. Once you get to the opening, go up the stairs. Do not operate that lift because you operate it, it's going to take you down. You don't want to go down because you'll be back in the same place you were just at. So you want to go over here, go past the lift, operate the next lift, and go down the ladder over there. And once you go down that ladder, you will spawn zombies and you will spawn a hunter gamma. Just totally ignore all those enemies. I cannot stress that enough. You must ignore those enemies. They are just there to waste your time. So just quick step past them. Quick step past to the part where you just start the animations for the spawns. Grab the fuse and get back out quickly. So you want to quick step past here, just get you a little bit of boost toward the ladder. Don't interact with none of the enemies here. Gamma cannot grab you while you're on the ladder. You got iframes while on the ladder, so take advantage of those iframes. And for the third and final fuse, it'll be a hunter there, but first we have to get rid of a pale head and 2 zombies. So we're gonna magnum shot this pale head, which the game was bullshitting on, but it's all cool. I'm not tripping. I'm gonna get his ass, so it don't matter. Like that. Grab the shotgun shells. Now we're gonna go grab the third fuse. Like I said, it'll be a hunter here. So all you want to do to this hunter is just dodge him. Do not shoot him at all. Just try your best to dodge him. If you can't dodge him, carry a half item as always.
Right, here goes.
And then go about your business up the ladder. And that's how you get the trophy / achievement. So there you go. Go unlock the door. This will lead us back to where we entered at the beginning. And we're back by the inventory box. And now we gotta do is drop back down. But once we drop down, we'll have to deal with 2 nemesis zombies, which are fucking annoying, and a regular zombie. You can ignore the regular zombie, but you gotta be careful. Those 2, they always seem to hit me here. I can never get past those guys, but it is what it is. As long as I get past the objective, that's all that really matters. Put the fuses in and pursue Nikolai. And this is where I will make my 5th and final save. I'm comfortable making a save up to this point. So here it goes.
We'll find the vaccine up ahead.
And a little tip for these walking sections: quick step through these sections because it saves you time. I didn't know that until I just happened to try it doing this gameplay. I'm like, oh shit, I can do that. I'm gonna be doing that from this moment on. Okay, now we're going to make our way to grab the vaccine. So what I do, I go straight ahead, and here I take a left, and there's some high-grade gunpowder. But I'm going to be using, I'm going to use it to make more magnum rounds. If I didn't waste my fucking magnum rounds on that pale head zombie earlier, I would have had at least about 6 coming into here. But it is what it is. I'm going to make another batch, which will give me 3 magnum rounds. So I'm going to put them in because you're going to deal with a bunch of pale heads, and you're going to deal with a bunch of zombies. So first things first, you want to come up here and you want to grab the emergency USB drive or flash drive, and you want to take it downstairs, put it into the door downstairs, and that allows you access to go grab the first vaccine. But there will be a high grade gunpowder here as well, and I'm going to combine that to make magnum rounds, like I said. And that gives me 7. when I could have had more in the chamber, you know? So you want to put the flash drive here. As soon as you do, equip your shotgun because you don't have to deal with a zombie right off the bat to your right. And a pale head will be blocking the way you have to go. Hit him in the head. He's going to be down for a while. And we want to grab the first part of the vaccine, which is to this door on the left.
I might be able to use this to synthesize the vaccine.
Or they call culture samples. I'm really paying attention to that. They regenerate health over time, so the 2 magnum shots gave me time. You want to come around here and grab these acid rounds because you're definitely going to need them against hunters in this section. They become very useful. 2 acid rounds can take out 1 hunter, and an acid round and a couple shotgun shells can take out a hunter also. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Shotgun this guy. Put this back into the cell or whatever to power that door back up. We're going to be grabbing some gunpowder out of here, some grenade launcher gunpowder. I'll just say it that way. Use this elevator. Now this section up here is one of the most annoying / stressful sections of the game to me, because for the simple fact you have 2 nemesis zombies, a regular zombie and a pale head, all in one area, and they come out this door together. I tried to use something different like a flame round, but it seemed like the flame rounds wasn't really doing that much to these nemesis zombies, which is very unfortunate. And with the range these guys have, it just makes this session just fucking stupid. So I was a little bit tired of it at this point. I just said, fuck it, I'll use my shotgun. I ain't got time for this, you know. And watch this shit here, look. Like, really, gang? Seriously, though. Come on, man. This made me waste all my fucking magnum bullets, bro, on 1 pale head zombie. That's why I hate those zombies. I hate them. I had it to this point, I'm like, dude, get the fuck out the way. I don't want to deal with your shit. I just want to get out of here. Now we're going to have to deal with the hunters. We're going to have to deal with 3 hunters. In the original game, once you grab those vaccines or the culture samples or whatever, you can just run past hunters, but you have to deal with these hunters in this area. Like I say, acid rounds will be your best friend along with the shotguns. I'm not sure if it take 1 round or just 2. See, that hunter died off just 1 acid round, which is weird to me because none of the other ones died off 1 acid round. So I don't know. They hit detection is very, very wonky and weird. But we got past it, so that's all that really matters.
To begin vaccine synthesis, place the materials in the chamber.
You're going to get in here and combine both samples and the code to figure out the solution for both samples to make the vaccine will be mid, high, low,
I have to make it myself.
which will give you 50s all across the board.
Alright, gotta figure this out.
And you will be able to make the vaccine. And once we grab the vaccine, we'll get a cutscene after that, and then we're on our way to face Nemesis. After this, you could possibly make your 5th and final save, but I used mine early because I'm not that confident going through that laboratory section with those pale heads and hunters. So it's really up to you if you want to save it there or not. So we're going to go through the number routine with Nemesis. Be aggressive, but this time he'll have a little help in the form of regular zombies, but they won't spawn until we get his health down into his second stage. And I'll explain more of that when we get to it. But what you really want to carry is, you can drop the Magnum. You won't need the Magnum. The Magnum is useless because I have no ammo for it anyway. So you want to use your handgun, grenade launcher, and your shotgun. And make sure you have enough rounds in all three. Even though during the fight they would give you handgun rounds and shotgun shells, you will not get no grenade launcher rounds. So at this point you should be creating all grenade launcher rounds with all explosives. You got explosive A or explosive B, combining them to make whatever. Flame rounds, acid rounds, explosive rounds, but you want explosive rounds without a doubt. They do the most damage to him. And we're just gearing up, and make sure you have enough health items. I recommend just carrying in 3 health items, because you're going to take damage during this fight unless you're very aggressive.
What in God's name is this place?
Now everything's the same like the first fight. Not the first fight, but the first fight of the second phase of Nemesis. To where you want to be aggressive. Use your grenade launcher. Watch for his attacks without a doubt. And just keep looping him. And use the mine thrower when he goes up top around the circuit breakers. And bring him back down while you expose the parasite and shoot it with the handgun, shotgun, or even the grenade launcher if you have rounds. I'll explain the zombie portion once we get to it.
Jill, is that you?
Now this is the portion of the fight when Nemesis runs around, so I'm going to use my mine thrower rounds to bring him back down so I can expose the parasite and shoot it. While he's doing that, you will have to deal with zombies. So the thing you want to do with zombies is, when Nemesis starts to run, if you have mine thrower rounds, stop his position and shoot him. Or you can back up to the center, let the camera zoom out, and count the zombies that comes out. They'll come out either in 3s or in 2s. And what I mean by that is, they'll come out one entrance, the other entrance, or the back entrance all together. And just count the ones that come around the opening space that no zombie spawns out of. Just back towards that and watch Nemesis as he moves around. And then when he stops around a circuit breaker, you already know which one he stopped behind because you watched him. As opposed to Carlos telling you which one he stopped behind. So the one he stopped behind, just shoot the lights, electrocute him, and then he expose the parasite that way. But if you have enough grenade launcher mine rounds, use the mine rounds. They're very good against him. I know there's a lot to digest, but just bear with me. I should show some of the strats in here. And once you're down Nemesis, I like to keep the zombies between me and him, so when he charges me, he can knock out the zombies himself instead of me wasting ammo. But Nemesis been doing like this weird ass animation, like he just did there, where he'll walk after getting stunned from getting thrown down with the mine rounds and not come as quickly as he used to. I don't know why. He just happened to start doing that like on my last couple playthroughs, so I'm just trying to deal with that at this moment. But other than that, you should be cool. Just take care of your health. Make sure you have health items, and watch out for the zombies because they always just pop out of nowhere. Now I must say this attack here with Nemesis, as he winds up his tentacle, watch out for this attack because he can chain it, and it's very, very dangerous. You want to keep your distance as much as you can. If you can't, you will die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You will die. That attack killed me many times. So just make sure you keep your distance whenever you see him winding up his tentacle in the air. Carlos lets you know that he got this. That means you have defeated Nemesis, and you only have to face Nemesis one last time, and that session is pretty much like a scripted session, but it can be dangerous because he is in his final form and he can do lots of damage in that form, but his attacks are very slow. Now we're really ready to go home. You really don't need nothing else, really. You can bring a couple grenades. You don't need your shotgun at this point. Only thing you need is your handgun. If you have your Magnum, great, take your Magnum because your Magnum does damage. But since I wasted my Magnum ammo earlier on, I don't have it. I never actually even tried to use the grenade launcher this time. I always use my handgun. So what you got to do is use the railgun the first time, which is a scripted session. And then all these, I don't know what you want to call them, weak points will pop up. And then to shoot the weak points and put the power cores back in to use the railgun one more time. And you will defeat Nemesis. And that will be the end of Resident Evil 3. But this final boss, it can or it can't be a walk in the park, depending on what moves Nemesis does. So just be very wary of his moves. Once he drops down to the floor, you're able to push one power core in at a time. I want to stress this. I can't stress it enough. Do not,
Power sources.
I mean, do not be greedy. Don't try to put in one power core and then put the next one in right after that, because you will not make it out. At least to my knowledge, I haven't seen no one do it just yet. And from my previous experience, I haven't done it. I wouldn't even try to do it. I always like to play it safe. But sometimes you gotta risk it for the business. But my advice is, do not get greedy. Just try to do it one by one. And if you follow the route throughout this video, you should have a good, decent amount of timing.
You think I don't know how to fuck you up?
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, put the final nail in Nemesis' coffin. So all I gotta do is grab the railgun and make him kiss the ring.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit! Good riddance.
And guys, that will be it for my Resident Evil 3 S Rank Hardcore Difficulty walkthrough. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much, even though it was a pain in the ass. I love bringing it to this channel, and I love Resident Evil. Resident Evil 3 is pretty good in my book. So, only things up next is a scripted scene where you have to shoot Nikolai and save Carlos. So there's no reason for me to talk there. But if you enjoyed the video, man, make sure to give it a like down below, comment, all that good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And I will see you in the next video for maybe some more Resident Evil. I don't know yet. I gotta clear my palate because it took me a while to beat this fucking game. So until next time, man, peace out.